Hi everyone, welcome back to 10 minutes English conversation practice with me. I'm pretty sure you're enjoying these sessions. I receive a lot of comments in the comment section wherein you tell me that you're liking these sessions. So thank you all for commenting. I really feel glad to hear these words from you, these encouraging words from you. Thank you for encouraging my efforts and do keep watching my videos. So guys, what I do is I have come up with a question and answer sessions wherein I answer certain set of questions, and these questions are very similar which are used in day-to-day conversation. And if you start practicing these question and answers, it is really going to help you in your daily life conversation with people in English. So these are basic questions which are used in our day-to-day conversation. I pick up those questions and I answer those questions in my way, which is very simple, very easy, and very relatable and quite interesting as well. This concept is very new. You don't find it a lot on YouTube. So I've tried to come up with a lot of interesting practice sessions so that, when you practice speaking in English, it should be interesting. It should be something which you love doing. It should not be a routine task, right? If it is a routine task, you won't enjoy it and your learning process will be slow. And if you enjoy something, definitely your learning process will be fast. So these exercises will help you to speak better English, fluent English, and make you confident in speaking in lesser time. On that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, do subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do press the notification icon and write your comments in the comment section. So guys, today I'm going to start with another set of 5 questions which I'm going to answer. These questions are very easy, they're very basic. And what you can do is you can speak with me, you can repeat after me, you can shadow with me, you can listen to my answers twice or thrice, write down what I have said, practice it once or twice or revise it once or twice, start speaking on it. Or you can come up with your own answer and start speaking on it. So you can do a lot of things, guys. So please don't come up with any excuse. Instead, start practicing it from today, right now. If you dedicate 10 minutes every day to these practice sessions for at least 30 days, you will definitely see a huge difference. And at the end of this session, I have got a very interesting exercise or a tip for you, which I'm going to tell you at the end. Stay tuned for that. Question number 1. Who was your favorite teacher and why? Well, I have a lot of favorites. So during my school, I have a favorite teacher. During my college, I have a favorite teacher. I mean, my graduation and post-graduation, I had my favorite teachers. So I have a lot of favorites. But one thing which is common in all these people are they were very different in their approach. I like people who have a different approach to life or different approach to things. So their teaching method, their personality were very different from rest of the teachers. So that is why I really admired these people and I really liked them. The way they handled things, the way they made people, made learning simpler, and the way they spoke, they encouraged you. So these things really matter. Not everybody has these skills. So all my favorite teachers had this skill. And they made learning so fun, interesting, and very simple so that you get interested in studying those subjects just because of the approach they had. So I think their personality, their approach, and the way they communicated made them stand out among others. And that is why I also started admiring them. Question number 2. What was that subject in school which you hated the most? Well, I don't have one, I have 2. I am not able to decide on those 2. The first was maths, but the other was chemistry. I'll always prefer maths over chemistry. I think maths was at times interesting, but chemistry was always boring for me. I was not that kind of person who used to rectify everything. So, in chemistry, you have to remember a lot of formulas, you have to remember a lot of structures, and there were a lot of bonds and lots more. There were lots of things which you have to remember, right? Literally remember. So I think just because of that, I really didn't like this subject. I just hated this subject. And at times I hated maths also, but still, at times I felt that it was interesting. If I started solving some, problems and I understood the concept clearly, then it got interesting for me. So I think chemistry was one subject which I really didn't like. I found it very boring. Question number 3. How do you keep your learnings going apart from your formal education? Now, what this question means is we all get formal education, right? We are in school, we get in college, we do graduation, we do post graduation, or any technical degree or anything of such sort. So that is a formal education, wherein we get the degree, right? So that is the formal part of the education. So apart from the formal part of the education, now since I've done my post graduation also, so I'm not enrolled in any formal education, right now. So how do I learn now? What are the resources which I use to learn new things now? So that is the question. So basically, how I keep my learnings going, I read a lot of books, I read a lot of blogs, I check out a lot of online courses as well, which probably might benefit, short-term courses which might benefit my profession. Okay, so I do a lot of research, probably. Read a lot of blogs related to certain things or articles, right, which I'm interested in. So that helps me to keep my learnings going, apart from what formal education I have received. Okay, or enrolling in any online course if I find it some interesting online course which I should learn, so I go and get enrolled in it. So these are the ways I keep my learnings going. And as I told you, you should never stop learning things. Whatever it is, it's not about your profession, it's not about your career or your field. There are more to it. Right? If I'm interested in gardening, I do a lot of research on gardening, about the methods, about what I should plant, and so on. Right? Or if I'm interested in cooking, what should I watch? Right? So it is not limited to your subject or your field or your career. It's more to that. There's more to that. So you should always try to learn different things. Question number 4. What was the one thing you wish was taught in schools? I think there are a lot of subjects which was taught in our schools. But then, when you pass out of your school, the first thing you should know is how to manage your finance. Right? Money. And that thing is missing in our curriculum. In schools, you don't get to know about more of financial management, right? How to spend money, what to do, how to save, a basic idea of like how to spend basically. So it's not taught in schools how to manage your finances or how you should spend your money. You know why it is important? Because just after school, you get into college, right? And a lot of us go outside and take education. And your parents send money to you. So there are a lot of times which we, just spend it here and there. We don't realize the value of money at that time till the time we start earning. So that is why it is important if these things are briefed us in school as well. It will help us to understand the value of money so that tomorrow if we get some money from our parents during our graduation or post-graduation, we should think twice. Post-graduation is something which we are matured enough and we get a hang of, how to manage our finances. But during graduation, that is a period where we don't realize anything, right? So I think a little bit of information if we get on all these things, so it will be easier for us to evaluate where to spend our money and where to not spend our money. So that is one thing I think we should be taught in schools as well. Question number 5. Do you like making friends, or how do you make friends or meet people? Well, during schools and colleges, we all make friends, right? But after school and college, when we get into a professional life, it's difficult to make friends, right? You can't make friends because you don't spend much of the time and, everybody is different. It's all work related environment there. So it's very difficult to make friends, but still we make friends there also. I do have friends, colleagues as friends, but the number reduces to 1 or 2. You don't trust a lot of people. You don't interact openly with everybody there in offices, right? So that is why you can't make good friends or, best friends there. It's just that, yes, you are hanging out with them, you're having lunch with them, you're having tea with them, you're having snacks with them, or you're just walking with them during free time or lunch hours. That is all. Or when you have some problems, when you want to talk about your manager or anything happening in the, company or your team, so you just pick up and call them and speak about it. Other than that, you don't discuss your personal life with your colleagues, right? So that is why when you are in school and offices, school and colleges, you make friends. But apart from that, I think I like meeting a lot of people. I meet a lot of people in conferences and sessions, and I do keep in touch with them on LinkedIn as well. So I think that is the way I make new connections, or I meet new people. But of course, they're not my friends. It's just that I keep in touch with them. So yeah, this is the way I meet new people and increase my connections. So guys, these were the 5 questions which I just answered. These questions are very simple. You can come up with your own answer as well. My answers are also very simple. I don't use complex sentences. I don't use advanced vocabulary so that it gets difficult for you to understand and relate to. It's very relatable, very interesting. You just try to speak with me, or you can repeat after me, you can shadow with me, you can come up with my answer, practice it and speak, or you can come up with your own answer and speak in English for 10 minutes on these questions. And I'm sure this is really going to help you guys. Give it a try and let me know. Now, the last section which I am going to introduce now is I'm going to talk about some vocabulary related to what I've spoken about. Okay, so that it's easier for you to know those new words and use it in your own sentences. So what you can do here is I'll write down the words and I'll tell you the meanings. And what you can do is you can just use those words in your own sentences. You can probably make 3 sentences, 2 sentences, or 3 sentences, or 5 sentences out of these words. Give it a try. This is also really going to help you. The first word is approach. The context in which I have used this word approach means your thought process, your thinking, or the way you deal with certain things. Okay, so you can make sentences out of it. For example, the first sentence is, I liked my chemistry teacher's approach towards making the subject interesting, right? So this is one example. Now you can come up with many sentences. Try this. The second word which I used is connections, right? So connections in this context, in the context which I've used, means people you know or you have added on a social media. When you add people on your social media, they become your friends or connections. So in that way, I've used this word. So for example, my LinkedIn account has 5,000 plus connections. Okay, so you can use this word in different contexts also. It has different meanings also. Now, what your task is, you can just open the dictionary, look for these words and see how many different contexts it is used or different meanings of these words. Okay, and try using that word in those contexts in your own sentences. This is really going to help you. This is really going to build your vocabulary, and you will be able to use these words in your own sentences as well. Give it a try, guys, and let me know. See you until next time. Bye-bye.